What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hopefully you're all doing great. I know I am. Today was all right. Just chilling out. Let some people hop in. Oh, I made it public today. All right then. All right, then we're public. Then as we public, let's see. Do we have a fair value gap here in the 15-minute? No. Uh-oh. Looking for this upper quadrant from our old week opening gap. Way over here, this guy right here. So that quadrant right there, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but we'll see. What's going on, everybody? We got a breaker with a fair value gap on the 5-minute, so let's see if this thing can launch us up. We just hit a double top, so if a doom drops, whatever. And we've got lunchtime, so we'll just kind of sit here and chill out, talk smack. The volume here today, let me check it out. Boom, we got volume. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let me just bust out the YouTube here. There I am. Hello. Sunny days, chasing the clouds away. You see that guy that puts some crystals in a tube and points them at clouds and he makes the clouds disappear with the time lapse? It's pretty cool. My mom was at a lake one time with this dude and he had this big, huge, giant crystal he was doing that with like 10 years ago. I seen this. So it's definitely a thing because I seen it in front of my face in real time. You know. Yeah, and I had people messaging me and they're like, "Oh, are you done teaching? Are you done updates?" And no, that's not what I was saying at all. What I was saying last night is that I'm just done trying to gain a big massive following, When you do something so long for, days on end, military grade calls, like who's predicting the markets before the day even begins? Who does that? Who does it? Nobody does it. Nobody can do it. Before the daily candle even opens up for the, I'm putting out, hey, this is what I'd like to see. And more often than not, that's exactly what happens. And, making little clips in my videos of my trades, it takes time. All these guys that don't call the market, don't show any trades, don't show executions, they gain these massive followings, getting their people wrecked, and it's defeating. So no, don't think I'm gonna leave you guys hanging. That's not what I was saying at all. Like at all. I'm just done with the video, with the making the little music clips, and just it's lame. It's such a lame thing. I don't know why I'm just algorithmically throttled, I guess. I've been at 6.7K followers for 2 years on Twitter. I call people retards and get more likes than my trades get and more retweets. It's so funny. And it's hilarious how these guys who get their people wrecked constantly gain these mass followings. It's crazy. It's like you got to be a piece of crap to make it in this world. So I'm just not ready to go down that route. I think maybe I'm maturing. Maybe. That's pretty much all I could come up with, really. Maybe I'm just maturing. And my desire to have a mass following on the internet. I mean, I had one years ago before my account got suspended because, you know, the whole Trump thing and you know, um, the thing we don't mention, COVID. After we started putting truth out about what was happening, everybody got mass suspended in 2017, 2018. All of us Anons went to different platforms, and yeah, they kissed my big account goodbye. Actually, they gave my at name to some dormant account with 0 followers. So I can't even go and ask for my old account back. They gave it to somebody else. Like, yeah, so yeah, anyway, um, thank you for the kind messages. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and just want to make sure you understand. So I'm not just gonna stop doing updates and stop doing posts and stuff. It's just the music videos that I make with my trades. Probably not gonna do those anymore. It's just like nobody cares. Everybody wants to get wrecked. Nobody cares about if you can call the market. They really don't. They want the crowd wants to get wrecked. They have Stockholm syndrome. And that's become abundantly clear this year. You got people who were calling for, 250K BTC when it was going up. And those same people are now calling 50K BTC now that it's going down on the bigger chart. So basically, these candlesticks and the colors of them just tell people what to say. Okay, there's a red candlestick. Oh, it's going down now. Yeah, thanks, genius. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And just like take a look at what happened the last run. Everybody and their dog was saying Bitcoin to 100K when it was at like 60K, and then it dropped down to 17K. You know what I mean? And yeah, people are saying, "Oh yeah, take loans out and on your house and buy crypto," and then they get them wrecked. They just love it. The crowd loves it, and yeah, if you're not trash, you're really not going to accelerate doing this stuff. It's weird to me. Good morning. Who do we got? Shout out Last Lap, Wild Berries, Off Near, Psycho Bear. What's up, Busta? And we got Rick Ritchie. What's going on, brother? And who else? Yeah. Yeah, the chat is for members only, so I don't get any dorks in here. I don't want to deal with you. Yeah. I was saying this week it's going to empty the bearish order block. Then I don't know. I know, right? I know. Today kind of took me for a little bit of a ride too. I was looking for previous day range in here, and I had grabbed a trade this morning as it was dropping here. And it was a 15-second order block in here. I was up quite a handsome sum looking for that candle's high. And then it came and round tripped me. I grabbed it again here, and I'm still in. I got my stop moved up here. I was mentioning if it wants to dump after this double top, then I'll permit it, and I'll just keep my stop right where it is. So, and that's kind of what we're doing, unfortunately. But when I'm looking for something specific, I'm pretty stubborn. And, yeah. So we'll just let it do its job. Might even give some more wiggle room on that stop. Just let it touch the order block. There is a tail on that candle, I've checked. But yeah, we've got what could be a very nice bullish breaker right here. And people might say, oh yeah, you're just giving up, or you're blah, blah, blah. I've been doing this for 2 years straight, calling out price action like nobody's business. And I haven't made any headway. I'm at 2,000 followers on YouTube, and my Twitter hasn't gained anything. I was at almost 8,000. Yeah, was it 7 or 8,000 followers, and then Elon just wiped everybody off the planet. And yeah, 300 friends got obliterated overnight. I don't know, maybe they were being racist or something. I don't know. But yeah, just going to keep it clean here. You guys know what I'm looking at. I'm going to take this off here. And this is all I want. This is it. We already flipped this daily candle here green and just came back down a little bit. One of the reasons why I was trying again, everybody, is because we hit the lower quadrant of that old week opening gap. We have taken the previous day's high. So I'm not thinking we're going to take the previous day's low. So once we came into that, into this tail here, into this wick here, especially coupled with that price point right there. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see if we can get it. The only thing that really concerns me is this. I would have rather seen a fair value gap here. No gap, but it's okay. You really have to give it away free and work your butt off to get a following. These guys who are getting it wrong constantly don't have to work nothing. They just ish post their stupid little squiggles, and people are like, "Oh wow, look at that squiggle." Meanwhile, master friend called the bottom. And where are we going but my targets? So I know it's like some people can fluke it, every once in a while. But to do it for 2 years straight and not make any gains, and that was for free. Like, I wasn't getting paid to do it. My 2 to 20 minute videos aren't exactly bringing in a revenue. So I've been doing it for free for 2 years, and where is everybody? Oh, they're in the rec circle. Okay, well, you know what? It's a testimony to the amount of people that lose in trading and the amount of people that are actually good at trading. All right, the statistics are on our side, really, and that's what gives me a little bit of hope, I guess, if you want to call it that. The point that I'm not the crowd. All right. So I guess the crowd wants to go stay in Wreckville. They can just go stay over there then. So we got 128. So at 133, 1229. So at 1233 or 1237, I want to see a little gyration in the candle. That'll give me some confidence. ICT berries. That's cool. Oh, I see what you're saying. There's a volume imbalance, top and bottom. Could be a suspension block. Sure. This thing looks like it's going to railroad me, though. Which I'm okay with. It's not like I wasn't up 400 ticks here. I mentioned if price comes down here, I'm going to take a trade. I did this last night at almost 1 a.m. EST. So from over here, I was mentioning if it comes here, I'm going to take a trade. Well, I did that. It just sucks that it came back on me. NFP Thursdays are like this. They're supposed to be like this. So the fact that we're in a rather compressy kind of candle, depending on where we close today, we should get a phenomenal trade tomorrow. Should. And let's check out our weekly chart here. Yeah. Dang, hey. So we closed above our order block. We found a low this week right in our old week opening gap. Trading back to the upside here. This is why I want to see this candle start accelerating up into here today. But if, when we open this month, I was mentioning if we get a compression candle this week, that wouldn't be the worst thing. So when you're anticipating a compression candle, this is why I wouldn't want to be banking on big expansions one way or the other. So we're going to be bored for a bit until price wants to get its butt moving. Yeah, the 5 minute, that's a unicorn. So, we're kind of repricing a little bit lower than I'd like to see. The precision here on this 5 minute candle here, there's no fair value gap here. So that kind of gives me some hope. But that touch rate there kind of tells me it's likely going to want to come here. So I'll give it a little bit more wiggle room, but this is what I'm aiming for here. So how's everybody's trading week going? 1 to 100. Let me know how it's going. How was your NFP week? If it has a volume imbalance on the top and bottom, do you give credence to that? I don't know. No, not really. -6, I see. Holy shnikey. Or -5. 70. Nice. So not too bad. Give it an 80. Nice. That's decent. And keep on them discipline skills, guys. It's one of the biggest things that I've been putting to practice and keeping in the back of my mind for the last few years, and I keep it with me all the time, is you don't want to be trying to recover doom and despair. You want to just recover a responsible loss. So if you're stuck in these loops where you're getting funded and you're blowing out right away, there's a lesson there, and it happens to the best of us, especially when we first start. What you want to do is keep journaling by hand, and I know that sounds toxic to your ears. You're like, what is even a pen? Right? It's an ancient tool that scholars used to write down their thoughts and help them keep tabs on what's going on in the world. So if you're not journaling, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're wasting your time, in my opinion. So if you're good at pattern recognition and you can see things, then having a journaled history is what you need to be focused on. Because there's a reason why you're passing evaluations and then blowing them. Okay, it's because the markets are favorable. You're on side, your model's in, everything's perfect, right? And then there's days where price is rather grouchy, unorganized, not cooperating. And so when the markets go through their little periods of awesome days, you're high on life. You got a new pep in your step. You're like, yes, I'm funded. I'm a funded trader. And then you think that this sorcery has to be so military grade every day. It's not the case. So these days where you're doing good and you're passing evaluations, it's simply because the markets were favorable. But then there's the days where, and many of you can relate to this, where you'll go through periods of win streak and you'll just feel high on life. You'll feel really good about yourself, right? But it's that one day that destroys you. It's just that one day. And then you have to start all over again. Let's get you out of this death loop. You got to learn how to lose properly. You might be a good winner, but you're a sore loser. And that's the name of this game in trading, is being responsible in your losses. Don't fall victim to the emotions that are being induced into you by the charts. Don't let the charts punk you. Okay, these candlesticks are rude, right? They're a-holes. What's up, MG? Complete a-holes. They're inducing euphoria into you and then railroading it. That's you passing an evaluation and then blowing it. Right? They're inducing negativity into you and you're falling victim to that because you don't understand that they're doing it on purpose. Right? Once you start to realize that they're baiting you, like the candlesticks are rage baiting. That's what they all are, okay? Up or down, don't matter. It's rage bait. All right, but you can't react to that. You're impulsive. You want to just go and punch somebody's teeth out. But you can't do that because it's, illegal. They have to hit you first, right? But the candlesticks, they're the masters of rage bait. And so every time that it's inducing emotions into you, you have to recognize that the charts are making fun of you. They're pointing at you, they're laughing, they're calling you names, and of course you're going to get mad. Of course, it's upsetting. But you got to learn to walk away. And it's something that me personally, I had the hardest time doing, and I call it the tunnel vision, where you just can't let it go. Oh, it's going to run. That's the market structure shift. That's the fair value gap. Okay, it's now 12:30, chopping all afternoon, and you can't walk away after 11 a.m. That right there, that's your point of inflection right there. That's what you got to beat, man. So just drilling into not just my private students, but the Discord members as well, having a personalized daily loss limit that you stick to. You breathe it. And if you don't follow it, then you don't have a breath no more. That's just kind of how you got to think about it. So instead of blowing it and just clicking and hitting gambler's numbness and just clicking until you're done, the best thing to do is just walk away. Okay, I've hit my max daily loss limit. It's after 11 a.m. Price is being a grouchy butthole. Don't look at the charts till 5 p.m. EST. Wait for it to close and then go back and study. Okay? If you have trouble with your daily loss limit and following it yourself, Take Profit Trader, Top Step X has tools on their platform that will automatically lock you out of your account once you've hit that loss limit. That is the best advice I could possibly give anybody who's struggling to force themselves to not trade. Learn how to walk away. Because many of you You're really good at your craft. You know how to read price, especially when it's favorable, when order flow's engaged and everything's just hunky dory. You're living the high life. You're thinking of all the things you want to buy. You're thinking of the potential of what you can do and who you can help. And then all of a sudden, bam, everything's just railroaded. So instead of, doesn't it seem more logical, instead of having to start completely over with a fresh evaluation and then wait for the markets to become favorable, pass the evaluation, blow it, start all over. Instead of doing that, just take your little tiny loss for the day like a champ and come back in the next day. Like realistically, how many times have you seen 3 days in a row just completely unfavorable? It doesn't happen often. It really doesn't. Like if you're getting 1 day of garbage, that means you got a nice tight range for you to hit the AMD. All right, but you got to be able to see the next day, and you have to remind yourself of this in real time. Okay, price action's being a grouch today. Just look at today. It's not exactly super favorable, is it? It's not dynamically expanding one way or the other. It's being rather prickish. Right? But these are the days right here where people will be like, oh, it's got to be up. It's got to be down. That's got to be the bearish breaker. That's got to be the bullish order block. All right. If you're not convicted in where you think the market's going, let price action prove to you it's not that way. Right? Of course, using 11 a.m. or even noon as a deadline for when you're done hunting, you're not engaging with price anymore. And that'll save you a lot of headache because the PM sessions are ruthless. I find it hilarious how price action stayed inside of this old week opening gap this entire time. So yeah, just a little bit of a lecture for you guys. Keep your heads up. Don't give up. Once you learn the language, you're just fighting yourself now. That's it. I've been in that loop a while. Wildberries, hey, that's me, and I keep it with me all the time. Is off near. Effed trader. Easy mode markets. Poof, I think I'm God. Markets get harder. I tilt it away. That is the cycle I stepped out of. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is exactly it right there. Like, there's got to be a tipping point or a boiling point where you're just sick of it. You're sick of the loop. The repeating behavior is so obvious that you can't stand the sight of a blown account, and you will make yourself walk away. One of the biggest things too is like dopamine and adrenaline and all these chemicals that you don't actually put into the equation when you're in these scenarios, right? And so if you acknowledge that what it is that's making you feel that way, you have a better chance of counteracting those feelings. Yes, welcome everybody, welcome. Just sitting here waiting for price to get his butt moving. I have no real expectations of the market today after this information that we've been given, but I am looking for terminus. I was looking for us to start expanding above the old week opening gap, getting to the previous week high. This equal highs up here. We're just not quite getting there yet. We could save that for next week. I'm okay with that. I think that was December's targets anyway. So as long as we keep working our way up there, I'm a happy camper. . Yeah, so, one thing I can suggest is that if you want to be slow and smooth, because smooth is fast, set yourself a maximum daily loss limit. Take your drawdown from your funded accounts and divide that into 20. And if you're following a model and your specific times that you want to deploy your trading plan could be London, could be New York. As long as you're following a model and adhering to your max daily loss, it's impossible for you to blow out. Like, it is literally impossible. Like, I know this sounds to some of you like I'm talking out of my butt, but that's because you don't follow a model. It's because you're chasing price. If you go and backtest your model, you will see for yourself that as long as you're respecting your maximum daily loss limit, it is impossible to blow out. It really is. That doesn't mean you're not going to have losing days, because you are. But if your risk is $225 on a trade or $200, and you're saying, okay, I give myself $400 lose maximum any given permitted trading day, you should, I don't, it's literally impossible to blow out. It's like if you're rocking like 150K or 300K account, depending on what size you go with. But yeah, it's and that's not to say that there's not accidents. If you're trying to launch a micro chart but you accidentally launch minis, I've done that. I've freaking, was it the beginning of this year? I had 4x'd my live account on AMP, and then I accidentally launched minis instead of micros, and I torched the whole thing. I didn't even have enough margin to shut it down. It's got like $200 left in it. Bad accidents. So it's not like it doesn't happen, right? And I share that stuff with you guys because I'm not perfect and I'm not trying to pretend to be. But I've been able to deal with the heartache and the bad accidents a little better than I used to. Yeah, because I fell victim to all this stuff too, and I'm a snapcase. Like, if somebody double crosses me, I'm a walrus. I'll make sure that your toe is broken at the very minimum. You ever broke a toe before? Oof. Yeah. So the main focus, especially for my little man Wildberries in here, bro. And MG knows it too. It is. Yeah, you were there. Psycho Bear is the only time I dropped the F-bomb on the live stream. Yeah, big boo boo. Google Tradeovate risk settings setup. You do not need Top Step for this feature. I have noticed that Tradeovate thing sucks. Okay? I set up some parameters and it didn't work for me. So, yeah. Pretty lame. But, yeah, P-Dye was there too. Yeah, no chance to watch it. Again, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna find a model and call it Toe Breaker. Do it. Excuse me. That's funny. So we got 1250. Let's see a little spike down here, and then maybe we cruise back on up. Lunchtime is usually a little bit stagnant till about 10 after 1. I've noticed that 2 minutes after the macro is when we start moving the last couple of days. Um, I'm really enjoying, like, I know the markets have been out. So let me just start here, okay? On this point. August, we had taken a nice summer break. September came back, was preparing for the fun for October, November. And, we had a trading plan set up. I was getting you guys, prepared for what was anticipated to be some very, very fun, dynamic runs. The government shutdown kind of killed that and threw the algorithm in for the loop where our runs were Asia and London, and then New York was just garbage. And we've been kind of enduring this garbage for quite some time now. Um, what I am seeing this last week in December here is, and this is funny because when the CME data shut down because of that cooling issue, everybody was saying they changed the algorithm. They're going to change the algo. That's why they shut it down. They changed the algo. It has been working phenomenal. Like, it's been hard for me to be wrong all week. I'm not even joking. And so what I'm really enjoying here is seeing the things that I wanted to see in September finally now happening here in December with the government back open. What I mean by that is scripted algorithmic price delivery, where, again, it's hard to be wrong. So, for example, we have NFP this week, right? And our protocol is, if there's no banking holiday, that Mondays are favorable, Tuesdays are likely favorable, Wednesday after 9:30, shut it down, Thursday, shut it down, Friday, come back after NFP release. Well, if you go and take a look at what happened yesterday, and I know I took a trade, but I was feeling pretty good about it. Look at this. After 9:30, what happened? So that was that trade that I took yesterday on my Twitter. And, Monday favorable, Tuesday kind of, not too hardcore. I think I took a nice short here on Tuesday. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, friends, but that was my trade here Tuesday. I'd woken up, it was already kind of gone. But yeah, just a testimony to how the price action could be rather favorable moving forward that we've been looking for since September. So the fact that, it's being this nice to me is telling me that we're going to be back to easy mode here. And this is presumed. Again, it's not. See, that's the thing, is kind of like, it's a fractal, right? So during the weekends, you're hyping yourself up. You're like, I'm going to be the best loser ever. I'm just going to take my model. I'm going to be content with my wins. You hype yourself up all weekend, and then the week is just garbage, right? And you're like, man, I was so hyped up. What happened? Same thing in a larger sense. I was looking for the summer months to be garbage, come back in through the fall, start getting these phenomenal price runs like we used to, and hyped it up for that quarter, only for the final quarter of the calendar year to be rather mean, right? So when we anticipate fun and, organized price, try not to hype yourself up over it, because it doesn't have to be, right? So it's looking so far like things are back to normal. Thursday, no trading on NFP week. And I mean, look at it. It's not like there's not a setup to be found. And then some of you'd be like, oh, but you're trading. Yeah, because I know how to lose properly. And, things that I wanted to see are materializing. So I'm going to hit it. But if it walks on me, then I lose. It's not a big deal to me. But yeah, so I'm anticipating that we're going to have our fun runs coming up here in the first quarter of the calendar year. And so be prepared. I did want to look, you guys, this is what I was saying about, the fall months and in through the winter, coming back in, going hard, waking up early, having these awesome price runs. I hyped myself up just to be let down, basically. I got a few messages, people like, why aren't you live streaming, a couple guys is like, yo, are you going to do member streams again? Yeah, I will. And I want to. But I don't want to get my friends in unorganized delivery where even I'm going, okay, what's going on here? Okay, I want things to be on side, perfect. And some of you, if you're new, you'll be like, oh, that never happens in the marketplace. Yes, it does. Okay. Yes, it does. Because if it wasn't so perfect, then how could I catch that bottom? Right? So there is perfection here. There is precision. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it is in, boy, it feels good. And I want to bring you guys through that journey. A lot of our price runs have been in Asia, London, and not very favorable New York sessions. Then so I might be able to take an L on my live stream, but that doesn't mean that the person who was riding with me is going to be able to shut it down. They just keep turbo clicking. And even after wins too, like I got people who, used to roll with me in the live streams, make money, and then just keep clicking after it was shut down. Like you can be a sore winner just like you can be a sore loser. So point being is, as long as we start seeing our fun price action like we were anticipating for the fall and in the winter, as long as we see that in through January, coming into February, it's going to be the same protocol, right? We take December and just be at ease, be content, very picky and engaging with price. And then as long as, things keep looking that way, then January, February, well, the later half of January, February, March, and April, we should get some pretty fun moves. And I don't want to jinx it. And I don't even care which way we go anymore. Like I'm just, October round tripping. I think 8 trades in 3 weeks of October. I needed a little break because that depleted mental capital. And it wasn't just the round trips. It was the crypto cycle. And even look at Pulse Chain. It's still dying. It's still dying. Like Richard came out with this video, didn't tell everybody price go up, and everybody started dumping. That's not Richard selling coins. That's the people selling. So they're running out of sellers here soon. Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, as long as everything's on side, then I want to go hard. And there will be a point in time where you guys won't even be able to keep up. And I'm still looking for that to materialize. This stagnation and this unfavorable price, it doesn't stay. It's not going to just stay forever. Eventually, big money will come in. We will go and eat them. And yeah, big street money, not smart money. You jinxed it for sure. Yeah, I think I did, right? I don't believe you no more, Master Friend. Still waiting for easy mode. Where's the fun? I'm sitting here in the same boat with you, man. Like I'm telling you, these runs up, not even that one, this one. This here was like the best time of my life. Like this here, I'll show you NQ1. This right here, best time of my life right here. Called the bottom. Some dork was like, oh yeah, economy, recession, Biden, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, where is that guy? Nowhere to be seen. Called the bottom on this monthly order block, and we just started soaring. And, that was the Trump dump here for the low. Actually, I called that too. April, bottom of the year. Bam! Nailed it. Who can call the bottom of the year before the year even opens? This guy. Feels good, man. Bam. But yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, the contract, because this is the all-time, the contract for this delivery actually came down to this right here perfectly. Hit that perfectly. I remember like it was yesterday. But yeah, you don't call tops, first of all. And you know, this was just the best time in life ever. Just up, and it was so much fun. So much fun. But eventually we will get it again. Just got to be patient, I guess, eh? Really like to see that candle flip green here any minute. Again, I remember when Wildberry started with me, price action sucked, and it was in chop mode for like 6 weeks, with very spotty runs. And it's not like we didn't navigate it, and we navigated it very well, but it just the runs were just spotty and lame, and everything was chopping out. And then finally, April rolls around, boom, we got those death drops, and then price started to be fun again. $5 hex. I'm still looking for hex for $5. Yeah, bro, $100,000 buy-in will move the entire chain. The liquidity is so thin, bro. The reason why, is the only reason why hex and pulse chain is dumping is because people are looking for certainty and they're not getting it, so they're bailing. Richard will not give certainty, and he will not make forward-looking price statements. And he knows billionaires. He knows millionaires. So, when the timing's right, which it obviously hasn't been for the last year and a half, you could get green candles bigger than you ever imagined. Like the things that the legend of green candles that you heard about for bull runs. So I'm not giving up. I'm not selling. I don't care how low it goes. I won't sell. It's going to go up eventually. It's just how it works. It's how the market's book price, bro. Can I borrow $100,000? That's funny. All right, so let's take a peek here. We've got this low here for our lunchtime low. This high here for our lunchtime high. And we've got a nice little accumulation range in here. Best case scenario, pokes down and then snaps up and goes beyond my terminus. Second best case, it snaps up, hits my terminus, and then we start dumping. Worst case, we just dump. But I will invite that double bottom if it wants it. Just going to let this macro do its thing, come back at 112 and see if we can see some phenomenal runs here. I will be right back. And there it is, dumping in my face. We love it. We love to see it. You love to see it. 557, sure. Oops. I'm starting to really like the song playlist. Nice. Yeah, drum and bass is a acquired taste for sure. Okay, little sell side liquidity sweep. Grab that bull flag stop losses and let's go. Guys want to see a bull flag algorithmically? Check this out. Let's go to a 1 hour chart. Let's go check out a couple of candles that moved here. This guy right here. Where's my trend lines at? Almost there, right there. Bam. So look at that. The wick and the next body and the body and the next tail, that's this bull flag right here. Bull flags are just changeovers in candles. Pretty trippy, huh? Pretty trippy. Go study that one. Maybe I'll give a 1 minute chart some credence today. See if we can see how we made this accumulation range here, and we went for the low first. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I would presume that we would want to start running the high of that range. So this candle here, let's go to the open, 611.25, and the high is 611.25. So there's no wick on that candle. Like I said, I'm inviting this if it wants to. AMD on the 1 minute. I don't know. I like it. Hey, Living Like Chess is here? What's up, brother? I rarely catch these lives anymore. For some reason, I don't get notifications. Bro, I rarely do lives anymore. Price has been so grouchy. Chronic Chaos. What's up, brother? Gambleberries. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, Living Like Chess. He's been upgraded to a coach for Tradeify, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations, brother. Very good work. Very proud of you, bro. As a matter of fact, we're playing Ryan's model right now. What do you think, bro? You think we're going to get up there to my terminus? Yeah, the little backstory on what are you saying? So if you get to a live account and hit DLL a few times, you would have to have a session with me to get your account back. Imagine that. That's awesome. So a little history on our friend Ryan here. He came in guns blazing. He came into my private mentorship, did really well, got a big giant payout, and very, very respectable win streak. Studied really hard, and he hit tilt. I was warning him. Your hot streak will be followed by absolute devastation if you don't know how to manage yourself properly. And he left the mentorship actually. And I was like, yo, bro, like, you do good. There's no need to give up. Like, you just got to learn this one thing, and it's how to manage yourself and your losses. He comes back a couple months later, absolutely destroying these charts, just taking heads off in the arena. And he's seen it through, stuck it through, very content with his wins, was on a 100% win streak, blasting gains all over Twitter, and now he's been promoted to a trading coach for a prop firm, which is pretty dang cool, bro. So yeah, just a testimony to never give up, and take it from somebody who's doing very well in his craft, that you don't need to give up. You just got to learn how to lose. Stop being a victim to these candles calling you names. They're like, haha, you're a butt nose. And you're like, oh, so what? So I have a butt nose. Who cares? Indeed, he says, sometimes stepping away can do good. Absolutely. I just bought that 1 minute Matilda. Ooh, Tilly time. Nice. So once it reprices here, we're going to gauge to see if it wants to accelerate to and through that and start working in buy side. Hopefully it leaves a fair value gap here on the 5 minute. And then maybe we can keep this ride going. Yeah, man. Hey, Sniper. Woo! Here's another one of my homeboys. Sniper Meow has entered the Jat. What's going on, brother? Another freaking warrior here. Nice. Yeah. Another dude who spent an entire year with me, left the mentorship, guns blazing, feels good about himself. All right, internal target acquired. Let's keep this show rolling. No tail on that candle. Bugger. Open. 603. Low. 60250. So there is a tiny tail on there. Tiny tails count. Rick Ritchie, that must really validate your doings to have one of your apprentices become a coach. Hats off, Master Friend, aka the GOAT. You know what, man? No, it is. On one hand, you're right. It is. But at the same time, I wish all of my students could find a fraction of what Ryan has found in himself. I can't take credit for any of that. Okay. Learning something that repeats is like showing you the sun rising and setting every day, right? And explaining to you that it doesn't rise and set in the same spot every single day. It rhymes, right? That's not hard to do. Teaching you sun cycles is very simple, right? So when, like, for example, I would have one student that just can't get a hold of themselves and the impulsive behaviors. And then I have other students that are focused on strictly that. So once you learn this language of the candlesticks, that's the easy part. And you'll get a big head and you'll go, yeah, I know what an order block is. I know what a fair value gap is. I can do that no problem. But not actually learn how to lose properly. So all credit goes to Ryan. I showed him the language and he went wild with it. And I say this often, I can't promise you profitability, but I can offer you an understanding of the marketplace better than anyone around you. And so it's up to each individual to take the language and grow with it. But yeah, no, it is. It does. I mean, validate what I'm doing. Maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but no, I agree. I agree with you to a point. Um, my students that excel in their trading, that's their personal hard work. I can't take any credit for that. But it is nice to have students that are doing exactly what Ryan's doing. Absolutely. Ralph Wiggum. Hey, I got $2. Woo! $2 super chat. That's USD too. I'm rich. What's going on, brother? Thank you very much, Ralph Wiggum. Love, love, love. I'm broke, but Merry Christmas. Thank you, bro. Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining. You provided a great foundation, and you do get credit for that. Thank you very much, Ryan. You're awesome, man. Stay blessed. Oh, don't dump from there. Come on. What do we got here? 12-9 or 11, 119. Come on, don't be a butt face. Give it to me. Kind of tough to figure out where we pulled this range from. If we can hold this box, I'll be a happy camper. And that's saying something. I hate camping. Pamp out of the doom. Yes, sir. You're Ralph? Are you serious? Man, you're funny. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get the likes up to the viewers to help the channel for him? Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, get the likes up to the watchers. Jeez. Those are rookie numbers. It's my son. He's walking around with his camera and making videos. He's going to start a YouTube channel. He's always like, please like and subscribe. So cute. Busta says, I love camping. I don't, man. I'm pampered. I need delivery, internet, and camping's just like you're constantly cleaning. That's what I've noticed about camping, man. You, especially if you have kids, you are just constantly cleaning. You hype yourself up. You're like, yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm just going to be lazy at the beach. And then you're just moving all the time, doing things. Maybe if I had a butler. Yeah, I need a camping butler. That's what I need. I love the sound of rain when camping and the morning fresh. The morning freshness is awesome. That's for sure. That was my favorite part about music festivals. Room service camping. Yeah, exactly. We need to start some businesses for this, you know. Your kids have kids. That means you're a grandpa. That means you made it in life, dude. You want to talk about gangster? That's really gangster. When you hit grandpa status, you are full-blown gangster in my books. You know? And people be like, oh, I'm so hard. I do this. I did that. And they're just trying to be gangster or whatever. It's like, how many kids you got? None. You ain't gangster. You're not gangster until a 5-year-old's mocking you all day. And you just got to stand there and take it. Man, yesterday I think my boy was hungry or tired or something. He just got into a mood yesterday. I had to tickle him out of it. I started late when my son will be 20, I will be 60. Yeah, yeah, my daughter and I will be like that too, but don't matter. Don't matter, just keep having babies. Especially if you're white. White race is falling down. More white babies. Just wait, friend. It gets a little harder at the teens. Oh, for sure, for sure. But I got plans for that. I have plans for that. Um, lots of sports and kung fu. Yeah, yeah, he's doing really well. The kid's reading books to me already. He's reading books. He knows his entire times table. Like, kid's just a little genius when he wants to be. I'm laughing at my friend, same age as me. He's got 5 and a 4-year-old. My kids are 17 and 22. Hey man, it's all good as long as you're getting it done. Hopefully your trading and your crypto will go so well that you won't have to worry about, you know, if they're going to be, that was one of my biggest things, is just not being able to leave my children a large sum of money. That was my biggest worry. That's why I woke up. And yeah, so you guys want freedom, and it's so funny, hey? Trading is so wild that it's like being disciplined and following the rules will keep you from having to be disciplined and follow somebody else's rules. You know, being disciplined in your trading will and responsible will keep you from having to wake up and go make somebody else rich. I have kids from 28 to 4 years old and grandbabies. That's so wild, Rick. Holy shnikey, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, Sniper, the whole Ethereum thing is everybody's feeling it, bro. Like literally everybody. You're not alone. Even Richard Hart, who bought pretty much the top of this cycle, he addressed it in his video the other day about, yeah, it would have been nicer to buy it at 14. I mean, we bought it at 14. But yeah, everybody's feeling it. Sami's feeling it. Sam's feeling it. Like literally all the actual freaking OGs in the game are feeling how horrible this entire crypto market cycle was. And then you go, oh, well, Zebekin and, BTC. It's like, so what? So what? So you had 2 or 3 coins that went up. Whoop-de-doo. You call that a bull run? You are wrong. We never had a bull run. So hopefully 2026 is our year. But yeah, everybody, this is what it does. And this is why I stopped doing ETH updates, is because it's just, just still being lame and lethargic. So just don't sell. That's all I got to tell you. Don't sell. Don't sell. Just hold for friendship. Yeah, I know, right? So Rick says my crypto bags are a different shade of red, and I've been waiting for 5 years. Yeah, no, you're on point there, bro. Absolutely on point. Okay, so a few minutes ago we'd seen a little pump up off that blue box here, and yeah, can we keep this rolling? I see that Sammy's models in here. Ascending triangle. Ascending triangle after a stop hunt. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Give it a few more minutes here. I just heard somebody talking about it's a new crypto cycle now. Yeah, those people don't know what they're talking about, dude. They have no clue what they're talking about. They just think of things and then they write it down. I was addressed this yesterday on Twitter and my YouTube. You see you just go to my Twitter page and go scroll down until you see Sami. Holy moly, he was going nuclear yesterday. Oh my goodness, one of the funniest clips I've ever taken of him yesterday. Um, yeah, they don't know what, look, it's never been a crypto cycle, okay? It's a global cycle that the entire market functions on. And if you don't have any experience in traditional finance before crypto, then you kind of think that there's nothing outside of crypto, right? So it's a bond global debt rollover. And since crypto's been a thing, it was every 4 years, right? But that's just the average. It could be 3 and it could be 5, right? So everybody who's been in crypto without any traditional finance experience thinks that the Bitcoin halving was why altcoins were ripping. Nope, you're wrong. And yeah, it was never about the BTC halving that made the crypto cycle. That's not what it was. People just say that and then they latch on to it because it sounds smart. That's not ever why the cycle was cycling. It's due to a global debt rollover. It's basically they spend all this money, they max out their credit card, and then they give themselves a new credit card to pay off the old one, and then they got like all this money again. That's literally what's been going down. So I'll just give you a little sneak peek here. So ETH USD. Now, contrary to popular belief, okay, ETH runs the altcoin market. Okay, this is what runs the market. All the altcoins are tied to Ethereum via smart contract. Okay, Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts, so you can't pair a coin with Bitcoin. You can't do it. Regardless of what anybody else says, I made a crypto. I know how it works. Okay, you cannot pair any crypto to BTC because BTC does not have smart contract capabilities. I'd like to see that fair value gap here in the 5 minute if we can get one. We got one in the 1 minute, which is cool. Okay, so well, let's go take a little jaunt back, shall we? Now, if you take a look at this cycle here, and this, well, my first one was back here and it annoyed me to death and I quit. So this is just another fractal of that. Okay, you've got people like Noah who bought the top, down in the dumps, it starts going up, everybody's like, yay, bull run, and then it comes back down and they're like, oh my goodness, this sucks, and then they're like giving a little dopamine hit, yay, bull run, and then it comes back down. This is where everybody, I remember everybody quitting here. Bitcoin only, it stole the show, I told you. They were saying, altcoins are the death of Bitcoin because it takes away from liquidity and mind share and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, Bitcoin went up to 128K, so explain that one, genius. But anyway, point being, the best places to buy are bottoms underneath old lows. And this is where everybody's capitulating. They're done, they're out. But the big boys, that's where they're purchasing. Right? And then what happens after it reprices in the discount underneath old lows? Wham! Right? So this one, if you go to my alt season updates on YouTube, my little playlist there, you'll see us call the bottom on the weekly chart, call the shift in market structure, call this little dip, and price went exactly to my targets. And since then, we've been just kind of, petering around here, but we do have a very nice discount that could set us up for the uptrend's continuation. All right, so turn on your fibs. Bam, 786, swing low. Let's do it. So the best place, my point is to buy down here when everybody says it's over. All right, everybody's saying it's over. Where's the best place to buy? The discount. So, what I've noticed, and even throughout my first run, what I've noticed, and it's so annoying, is that the crypto market will just destroy everybody's spirits, get them just beaten down, keep beating them down. Just like I was saying about being a day trader and having the market call you names all day and you reacting to that, and you reacting to that, um, and because it's punking you basically. So when you're reacting to things like that, when it's inducing emotions into you like that, you're looking to counter trade that. Right? So when everybody's feeling like garbage, that's the best time to buy. When everybody's feeling euphoric, that's the best time to sell. So historically speaking, the best time to buy has been now and this last year when we're down in the dumps and everybody's saying it's over. Because the reality is, you guys, everybody sucks. So I mean, these guys that are calling tops and stuff like that, yeah, good luck. So we got that shift in structure here. I want to see a fair value gap right here. Do not touch this candle's wick or I'm going to be choked. Do not touchy. If we can do that, I'll feel really on side about it. So what do we got? 34. Nice, nice. Okay, give me a minute and I'll be right back. All right, we got our fair value gap. That's awesome. So I would like to see this be the point where we start ripping. $15-minute order block could be, and it needs to get an acceleration here in the next few minutes. Yeah, I got a couple of people who I have one student. Who was that? I think it was Sam Eaton. He made it big time and opened up his own head shop or his own like marijuana shop, medicinal. Yeah, it was Sam. Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while, but he's doing good. No, actually, I quit smoking weed during the day. Like pretty much, I wouldn't say I quit, but I don't smoke much weed anymore. I don't even smoke dabs anymore. It just became too much of a pain in the butt. Like it was really annoying. So someone said, there goes the 5 minute fair value gap. Yes and no. You got to wait for it to close, bro. Remember, the wicks do the damage. The bodies tell the story. We got a minute and 50 seconds left. I just want the blue box to hold. And you guys see this, right? Like right from, let's say, 9:45 a.m. to current, we haven't done anything. So what I mean about the main reason why I'm not launching a lot of lives and doing this a lot is because this is lame. This is lame. This is why I shut down the PM sessions in the first place. Like back when Ryan was with me, we used to hang out pretty much every afternoon. Stonk and Price. Ooh, he said, good old New York lunch rate still paying me. Attaboy. My washing machine has a cycle. You're so funny. But yeah, it's just been really lame and lethargic and boring. You know, I want my trades to be in my favor right now. Don't come back. Come on, baby. 20 seconds. Get your butt back up there. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Oh. And we didn't close below an up close candle yet. That's good. Now I want to see a close above that candle, and I'm happy. Got 141. Dipping. 9 minutes till the macro. And a bull flag with a bunch of stop losses right here. Bink. So they're stopped out. No wick on that candlestick. And we lost our inversion fair value gap. Ooh. Two minutes left of this candle here. Let's see what she's got for us. Chop, chop. So are you on TradingView during lunch on Wednesdays? I will tune in. Are you on TV during lunch Wednesdays? No, Wednesdays I'm with my private students. That's you. You're them. You're one of them. Yeah, the class was yesterday. I have to carry the hour segment during lunch on the show Wednesday myself. Hard to do when price is boring. No kidding. No kidding. But they've, look at how many times we went all those afternoons and price was boring. It's not like it's a waste of a session because you're able to spot or teach when price action, when the order flow is not engaging, much like now, where it's just chopping out, nothing's holding, and it keeps going up or down. How many afternoons did we spend doing that? So many. All right, 1 minute left. Let's see what she's got. Look at this cheeky bugger here. Just gave it a wick. So the 15 minute finally got a close below. So I will give it 2 more 15 minute candles to get back up above, or we're cooked. And there's still these equal lows right here above that lower quadrant. Could be on the table. And 4 more minutes till the macro. Yeah, nice job, Chronic. See, that's the best when you're practice aiming and trading like that. You're like, yeah, that's where it would have got me. Glad I didn't trade it. And I mean, trading on NFP Thursday is pretty rough, as you can see. Yeah, so Sniper Meow, that 786 with the fair value gap sus block. That's why I said so annoying. She came right for that to the tick. And a boy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right. You probably use asking Ryan. Yeah. Nice. So Tuesday at lunch. Good to know. Well, I'm with the Leverage Masters then. Hey, Ruggy, what's going on? I don't know, it would be demo for sure, but when it's this risky, but I took the ICT challenge here. He said he could find a possible trade every hour. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely you can. Every 1 hour candlestick has a range, and the bottom and the top is going to be your model. That's just how it works. Well, we're losing it. Wham. Almost got there too. And 1 minute 50 seconds till macro. See if Mr. Pinky will hold. Wow, 45 people. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Thursday NFP Chop Show, where it didn't do nothing. Three, two, one, blast off. Harder. Way harder. Wow, it did not take my stop. I just got back. Right on. Yeah, it's crushing dreams. The Dream Crusher model right here. That 15-minute chart, the whole thing. That's the Dream Crusher. That's funny, dude. It totally is, though. Okay, don't stop there either. Just keep going. Two, one, bam, back up above the blue box. So if we can hold this sucker in this time, we should be good to go. We are nearing our 2 p.m. run. Maybe order flow will engage for us. Maybe. We got some kind of earnings reports or something like that today, or was that last week? Oh man, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 minute look really spicy. There is a Fed member speaking. Boo. Is it a yellow or orange folder? How many time frames do you check? Well, I have this screen where I have the daily 5 minute typically and the 15 minute. And then I have another screen dedicated to oh, not that one. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 minute. So I check multiple time frames all at the same time. Gives me a little bit of an edge. Yellow folder. Yeah, they don't really do much. You're not happy with the Trump stock account? What do you mean? What do you mean, World Liberty? Or the DJT? Which one? Show how have you have one. I just did. Do you want me to do it again? Just like that, brother. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I use this because when the higher time frame arrays have been repriced to, I'm looking in here for the model, if not the 15-second chart, which is on my phone typically. That's what I used to engage with price today, was the 15-second. Been hanging around with the 5-second, 1 minute, and 15 minutes, studying and observing price. I think the 5 seconds just a little bit too lame, but the 15-second gives that little sweet spot. It's kind of like the 15 minute, as long as you're on a higher time frame array, then that works really good. Oh, that stuff. Yeah, no, yeah, nobody's pricing in this stuff, brother. That's the thing, is they need this money to come into the S&P to keep it afloat, right? So if they keep pumping freaking $1,000 a kid into this thing, it's going to keep pushing up the S&P. And nobody's priced in tax cuts. Nobody's priced in tax rebates. And he's talking about abolishing income tax altogether with tariffs. Nobody's priced that in yet. And all these people that are going, oh yeah, we're dead in 2026, and talking all this ish, they're not pricing in what's coming, because they don't know what's coming. And most of these people are black-pilled Trump haters. So it doesn't matter what he says to them. Everything he says to them is poison. You know what I mean? So they're like, think about how many times you heard recession just this year alone. Forget about Biden. Okay? Think about how many times we've heard recession this year from all these people. But yet, we kept making new highs. You know what I mean? So again, these people don't have any clue. And yeah, no, that was $1,000 for every child in America. Yeah, it was $1,000 and buying them shares of like McDonald's and companies and stuff. Man, this is the lamest macro ever. You know, after that choppy crap this morning, I figured lunchtime was going to give us a nice pumpski poo here. I'm not surprised that it's doing nothing. I'm annoyed, but definitely not surprised. USA just got 15 billion from Canada too. Yeah, well, Canada has boycotted the United States, and revenue is down in Las Vegas a few billion. Alcohol sales are down a couple billion. So yeah. Oh yeah, Reggie. Before you showed up, I at the beginning of this, I was already ripping into the non-friends. Yeah. How much percent is income tax in America? 8%. Guess again, bro. Pretty sure it's a lot more than that. 1% revenue tax is baked into the Constitution. Well, he said virtually abolishing it, so maybe that's just going back to the old ages. Come on, pop up, you little bugger. We got 2 p.m. here. Just a little spike down and then up. Grand finale today, you reckon? Yeah, maybe. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea that we just chop around here for the rest of the day. And we've seen this countless times this year where we just flatline and do absolutely nothing but destroy dreams. So, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for the upper quadrant of this old week opening gap that we've been in. We're in the discount of it. So, like I said, I will invite that low here, which was these equal lows right here. I'll invite it. I don't want it, but if it happens, whatever. Just looking at that daily candlestick, can we flip it green again? Yeah, you might be right. Grand finale would be pretty sweet. Usually when these talking heads from the Fed come on, usually there's like this big run on liquidity, right? And we don't have that yet. So our run on liquidity here was at 11. It's not listening. Go to the corner. Yeah. Yeah, Reggie, go to my Twitter page and go scroll down to where I got Sami posted. I watched that like 300 times and it's still not getting old. Gypsum Geek, what's going on? Nice picture. Welcome back to the Good Morning Friends VIP. All right, so I'm going to give this another 10 minutes before I get thoroughly annoyed and shut it down out of pure boredom. And it's by 12 after, it's got to prove to me that it's going somewhere or I'm done. I can already hear MG saying, but every time you do that, it rips to your targets after. Don't care. Busta. Hey, you know what that means? Yeah, 11 months. That means that you should be getting a big fat payout. Master friend, all I need is 240 to pass my evaluation. Well, don't try and do it today. Wait till tomorrow. Living like chess 16. What does that mean? Boom! He's got dunked on. You guys are awesome. Yeah, the 15-minute chart, zebra food for sure. Ryan, you're awesome, bro. Uh, Swish. I guess that means you're a Tradeify coach. 16 months in. Is there a candle count that's used? It's no, not really a candle count per se. It's more like time. At specific times, I want to see price do specific things, and if it doesn't do it, then I'm just not willing to sit there for another hour or two, or even till the end of the last macro of the day. It's like I don't even care. It's not even about like, oh, I need this. It needs to be this. It's like you're gonna do what I want you to do, or I'm shutting it down. So between 2 and 3 p.m., we want to see our liquidity run, and everything looks really fancy until it doesn't. So I'll give it 2 minutes after the macro completes to prove to me that it's going somewhere. I've noticed that like at 12 after is when an actual move starts going. So I'll give it its time to wiggle. Oh, you're referring to it coming to an end. I got you. Yeah. Well, by like month 7, 8, and 9, that's where you're hyper journaling, you're in the hot seat, and yeah, you're really dialing in that self control. I really come to enjoy trading MOC. What's MOC? What does that mean? Oh, market on close, like the end of macro. I think that's ICT's favorite too, actually. Yeah, I think he likes that little power hour in there. I think that's his favorite, if not the one set up for life, which we are currently in. Yeah. Come on, baby, you can do it. A moment of silence. Yeah, we want this candle to close up over there. Get your arse going. It wants it. It wants to do it. Something's holding it. Time distortion and holding patterns. Yeah. What's up, Staz? I hold it. What's up, bro? Jeez. Oh, man. Brutal. Uh-oh. Another accumulation range. All right. Set it up and try again. So just by the looks of what's going on now, I think we're gonna have a really nice day tomorrow. You know, you get two compressions in a row, likely gonna have a nice Friday. Maybe we can go and see my premium targets and then we'll take a TGIF or something. Tell that guy to stop pointing that crystal at the charts. We changed the algorithm today. It's so funny, man. People when it shut down, when the market shut down there on Friday or last week, whenever, it was so funny that people were saying, "Oh, they're shutting down the charts, they're shutting down the data to change the algorithm." Everybody knows what's up. It's just like, man, this works way too good. They're never gonna change it. Even if I had 10 students that and myself that is pulling money out of the markets, even if that was the case, they still wouldn't change it because for every one profitable student that I grow, there's 100 more suckers born. They're never going to change this. You're never going to take out enough money collectively out of the market to change this beauty. There's a sucker born every minute. And you guys are seeing just firsthand why it's wise to sit out of the market on an NFP Thursday. uh, all right, one more minute. Prove to me you got the juice here. Yeah, if you can't beat the mental side of the game, you won't make it. Yeah, absolutely. So right here, next 20 seconds or so, I want to see this candle flutter. Just start gyrating up and down. Start twitching out. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, now pop up. Don't come back. Yeah, she's eating today. Boo. See it move right when I said I wanted it to move. It just went the opposite direction. Pretty lame. Pretty lame. Yeah, pretty dang lame. Damn. So if we're going to run down, this will be the silver bullet. Right there, which it looks like it is. Institutional order flow entry drill. I do want to see that flipped though. I don't want it to go down. Go up. I'm stubborn. I am stubborn. Like, especially if I'm in a long, like my entry's down here. My stop is right there. So when I get in this mood, I get stubborn. I'm like, no, you're going to give it to me. Or you're going to take my money. Or unseat me. But I would like to see that fair value got flipped. It's 2:14. I'll give it 2 more minutes. Non-farm is showing the 16th of December on Forex. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they've been switching folders around. But what I've noticed is that it's business as usual, bro. Right? Just because they switch the folders, I'm not. I've noticed that price action still does what it's supposed to do. They changed the algorithm. Oh, that one gets me every time. You're welcome. Player one unknown. Welcome, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, it's the 16th. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, player one? What's up, friend? I hope you're good in this trash. Yeah, absolutely. Real good. Yeah, I hope you're good in this trash. Yeah, welcome back. So the best part about keying off of higher time frame arrays is that you're likely going to get something, even if you do round trip. That was my first entry here. Order block there. Second entry right in here. It spiked down, grabbed it, made an order block, started trending up with the corkscrew. My wicked corkscrew model. So even if it comes back on me, I'm still in profit. So it's all good. I'm not butthurt about it. Might get my bottom of the hour reversal. What's up, man? Gypsum. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, get up there. Ah, lazy. Well, that's about all the fun I'm signed up for. She's being lame. Could go up, could go down. Analysis still on side. I mean, I'm still aiming for higher. We haven't really shifted market structure. You know, oh, there's this double bottom down here. Look at that puppy. Wow. Maybe we'll save that for Monday next week. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me on the chop journey, everybody. I'll put a screenshot on Twitter if you guys want to see my lame trade that's about to round trip me. Yeah. So depending on where we close today, I'll give you guys an update and let you know. Hey, Crawbillies, what's up, bro? I'll let you know if we're gonna do a big fat session tomorrow. Probably likely. And yeah, you guys keep it light, keep it tight, be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you.